Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, that it had to happen. Whew, man, we pulled a double on tonight. I have the honor, guys, to have my nephew in the building on tonight. And he's going to be talking about college life. And listen, he graduated in 2022. And I had the honor to be there to watch him walk across that stage and receive his diploma. And man, all it did was took me back to my young men that I have to see them graduate. I'll tell you, I know my brother and my sister, my sissy in love, was actually one of the proudest parents there were. To have him to walk across that stage and do something that, most kids don't do these days, right? But he did. So without further ado, let me introduce to some and present to others my handsome nephew. I'm going to call him Wilson. Welcome.
Hey everybody, my name is Daryl Wilson Jr. and I'm here today with my auntie on It Had to Happen.
Listen, I'm so glad you accepted the invitation to come on and speak with the people and tell them about how it is, how this college life thing is, right? But before we jump into how it is, being in college, having a good time and all things like that, being out the home for the first time, but tell them a little bit about who is Daryl Wilson. Listen, y'all, we have 3 Daryls in the family. I have a Daryl Wilson, my brother, which I named my son after him, Daryl Wilson, and then we have Junior right here. So listen, Daryl's is ringing in the building. So tell us a little bit about yourself, nephew.
Okay, well, yeah, it's 3 Daryl Wilsons in the family. I'm the youngest, of course, and I'm really just a hardworking young man. And I just try to follow after my parents and my family and everybody. Because everybody do a good job and show me a good example of what I should be doing in life, and just try to follow them.
And let me tell you, you're doing an amazing job doing it. You make it look easy, and for you to sit there and say that, you're a hardworking young man, that's to be true. He actually was working with his father too. His father has a trucking business here in Atlanta that's booming. Frontline trucking, y'all. If you need, I don't know if he doing anything outside his contract, but he definitely have a great trucking business here in the Atlanta area and doing phenomenal with it. And tell us, Wilson, how is that like working with Dad?
With Dad, it really opens my eyes a lot because I see how hard he works for everything that we have, and sometimes when I have everything, it's kind of like I can't really see the work that he actually puts in. But like going to work with him, it really shows me like he really earns everything. It shows why he acts the way he acts and how he carries himself as a man.
Wow. You see that? Sometimes we don't know what parents do and how hard they go for us, until we have to go and work with them. So you say now that you can respect that, that says a whole lot. And, for you to actually come back from college and, go on your, your spare time, here it is, you're on break. Most kids want to go hang out, or do whatever, but you go and help your dad. That's a great thing. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this college life. First of all, tell us when you graduated and where you graduated from, Wilson.
I graduated in class of 2022 at Woodland High School in Stockbridge, Georgia. And I go to school at Albany State University, HBCU.
HBCU. Listen, there's a lot in the line, in the media about these HBCUs now. What do you think about that? Seeing all that's going on with them now, with the coaches coming in, the coaches going out. But I see one, actually, I think where Deion Sanders left, I think Ed Reed is now there. And really? Ed Reed is from the U.
Yeah. I love to see it because it's like HBCUs are really expanding and expanding their culture, and it's really good to see.
It is. It really is. And just to see that, they're putting more into the HBCUs, Not only that, Wilson, your mom graduated from one, right?
Yes. Bethune-Cookman, yes. Yes, she did.
Wow. So how do you like Albany State?
It's really fun. But also with a lot of fun becomes hard to maintain focus. And I feel like I do a pretty good job of balancing that. But yeah, it's really really fun in Albany.
You say that it's hard to focus, being though, okay, first time being away from home. Um, my parents a couple of hours away, my siblings a couple of hours away, and I'm just here, right? Here it is, you have so much going on, the partying, right? The clubbing or whatever it is that they do. But it's just so much going on. And here it is, you know that you're there for your schoolwork. You know that you're there to get your education. However, I can say, when peer pressure steps in, right? And you see maybe some of your friends or some of the people that you met, they may be not taking their education as serious as you taking yours. So what happens if you see your friends going out and here it is, you have to go to class? How is that?
Well, when you see your friends going out, of course you want to go out with them and have fun and things like that. But as long as you have people in your corner, like I talk to my mom almost every day, and she always reminds me of why I'm in school and other things. So as long as you know your why and why you're there, then you can never really get sidetracked.
That's it right there. Let me tell you something. That's good parenting. That is great parenting, not good, but that is great parenting. And someone on my show, I think yesterday, he was saying about the whys too. And the thing is, you say, as long as you know why you're there, you can't get sidetracked. You know that you're there for a purpose. You know that you want your education. And here it is. That's something that no one can ever take from you. You know, other things, yeah, but your education, as long as you get that degree, nobody can take that from you. Sky's the limit. So you have, excuse me, I'm sorry. You may see your friends going out, you may see them having a good time, but you know that you got to keep your eye on the prize, which is school. It's going to pay off in the long run. But I remember, and you don't have to touch on it, too much, but I remember a couple of months ago, or when you was a couple of months in, they actually found someone dead on your campus. What was that like?
Um, I will speak on it a little bit. It's kind of surreal because it's like I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but it was just like eye opening because I'm in my dorm every day, just doing my work and just having a really good time, and I don't really see like any other people having not so good of a time. And to wake up to see that on my phone, it was kind of like just eye opening. It's very very shocking.
You know what? And that's something that, I wanted to bring on here because we never know who is listening, right? Because, we're thinking our kids are going off to college and, everything that they're safe. And that's good that you talk to your mom every day, but here it is, someone passes away in the dorms. That's not only just eye opening, that's scary because now who is doing this and they're that close, you know what I'm saying? So here it is, it can be a little stressful because you really just the don't knows. There you go. Thank you, Holy Ghost. The don't knows is what's so stressful. And you're in this college dorm, and like you say, you're doing having fun, minding your business, but then you see this thing come across your phone, and it's like, whoa. Do you immediately call your parents and tell your parents, like, what did you do in that moment?
Well, in that moment, I was kind of really shocked, so I didn't know what to do. But I talked to a few of my other people that I know at Albany State, and we were just talking about it and how it's just like really so crazy and how we had totally different experiences in college so far. But then eventually, yes, my mom did text me and make sure everything's okay, and we talked on the phone, and it was just really crazy.
So did mom find out from you, or did she find out from an alert she got on her phone?
She actually got an alert on her phone or an email or something of that nature.
Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, us mothers, because I'm telling you, when your cousin was in college, I wanted to know everything that was going on, because again, for a mother. I can only speak for us mothers. I can't speak for the fathers. But to know that your baby is going off to school and going to do, to further his education. However, it's a part of us that never want to let you guys go, right? But and I can, you could talk to your cousin Inky about that because he's so mad with me right now today because I was so afraid to let him go off to school till I kept, I beat myself up about that a lot. because I was so afraid for him to go off. But here it is, you go off, this happened. You talking to your mom every day. She gets the alert. When she called you, I can only imagine what she said, and how that conversation went. But just to know that, how long did it take you to get comfortable again in your dorm, or did it make you uncomfortable?
Um, I'm not sure exactly, but they ended up canceling classes and everything, so I was just in my dorm. And yes, I was really uncomfortable at first because I'm thinking like, wow, I don't even know if the person next to me in the other dorm across from me might be going through the same thing or something like that might happen to them. So it was kind of, it took probably, I can't really say because I don't really know. It took a while though to get to get comfortable.
Yeah. So did they offer you guys like grief counseling or some type of counseling when that took place?
Yes. I would say Albany does a good job with that because I pretty much get emails every day about counseling and like if you needed help or anything of that nature. But yes, they really stress that when situations happen.
Yeah. And I would say, I don't think, well, no, there's nothing wrong with counseling or therapy, right? It can always help, especially when something transpired like that, because again, that's like you said, that was an eye opener. Here it is. You probably never thought in a million years that anything can happen like this or would happen like this, and then later on down the line, Wilson, here it is. We see what, four college students murdered and nobody knew who did that. I'm talking about stabbed to death. I mean, it was just a gruesome scene. Did you hear about that in Ohio? I believe it was Ohio.
No, I'm not. I actually didn't hear about that yet. Actually,
Yeah. So the thing is so much that's happening, not just in colleges though. Even in high school. And you remember when your cousin changed his number to represent the families that lost their loved ones at Parkland, Douglas, what is it called, Parkland shooting?
yes.
Who would have thought that I'm sending my child to school and my child might not even come back home? So, it's just happening all over the place. And again, I can't stress enough. Definitely, I know that you will, because talk to your mom every day. And if you need some counseling, definitely get some. There's nothing wrong with it, And I want you to know, nephew, it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes maybe you have that moment where you don't want to speak to others and you just need this person just to hear you out, So here it is. Now you graduated high school. Tell me, what was it like? Give me your journey. Walk me through your journey through high school, starting your freshman year. What was it like?
Okay, well, the beginning of freshman year, actually, I was in alternative school for a situation that happened at the end of eighth grade, middle school. So starting off like that, it was extremely hard to be honest because I'm away from all my friends and it's kind of, I just feel distant. And I also couldn't play football. But I ended up overcoming that and playing football for 3 years, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And it was fun, but I also kind of got a little sidetracked and kind of got out to the hype, I would say. And like I didn't really care for school like that, and I was kind of slacking a little bit. But I don't regret anything I did in high school because I feel like it made me who I am today, and I feel like I have a good head on my shoulders.
That you do. I can say, and y'all, I'm not just saying that because my nephew, he's my nephew. It's the truth. It's really the truth. And here it is. You talked about, you took us through your journey of high school, right? And of course, like the young man that I just had on my show, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but he was saying how he was in foster care, ended up in juvenile detention. Wilson at 14. He was locked in for 3 hours. I'm sorry, 23 hours and out 1 hour a day for 3 years straight. But see, the thing is, he was saying the people who actually had committed an act with him, they got lesser time and was released, right? So when they got lesser time and was released, they end up going home and God forbid they were murdered. You see? So here it is. Sometimes it takes a situation to happen in order for something to be birthed. You understand? And sometimes it's the bad situation that transpires in our life that here it is. We don't understand why it happened at the time. But see, had you kept running, not saying that your friends are bad, that's not what I'm saying because I don't know that to be true. But what I can say, had you kept with the same friends, who knows what had happened? See, God had to turn the corner a little bit. You understand? He had to make you uncomfortable. So now you're in the school setting. You starting off. You playing football. Would you say that you took a lot of your aggression out on the field?
Yes, I would. I could say that because I was really upset that I missed the freshman year, and football was the only way I could really express that feeling.
That's But again, like the topic say, it had to happen. So even though you went through all of that, you still came out to be. And when you got on that field, and I know when I got a chance to see you, my God, all I can say, y'all better get out of his way. That's all I can say. So when you're out there and you're under these lights, and now these lights are on you, doing what you love, tell us a time where they were like, maybe you did a hit or got hit, and you was like, man, I don't know if this for me. So was there ever a time that happened?
I would say about two times really. It wasn't really a hit, but it was more so of a game and how things were going. Like junior year, we were one game away from the playoffs, and we ended up losing, and that really hurt me. I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt me. But the same thing happened senior year, and I got actually injured playing that game, and my body was very banged up, and I was just like, I don't know if I can keep doing this.
So listen, you was like, listen, could you imagine? Here it is. You felt that way. I don't know what injury you had, but you was feeling that way during that injury. Could you imagine going to the next level and getting those type of hits on the college level?
I mean, it sounds pretty tough. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try that again yet, but I don't know. I feel like those are really hard in college.
Well, the thing is about it, it has to be something that you love to do, right?
Yes.
And again, we as parents, we love to see our kids just excel, period. So it's like whatever you guys do, and if it's positive, we all for it. That's just the bottom line. And again, you're going through high school and you're having these games. I even did I put up a highlight video of him, guys. So if you want, you can go over to my YouTube and watch it. It's highlights of Daryl Wilson. And it's on my YouTube page. You guys can more than I should have uploaded it here. Totally forgot. But you definitely can go over to my YouTube page and watch it. Man, did he used to lay some hits on somebody. Boy, I'm telling you. So, your cousin is on here. He said, "What's up, cuzzo?" So tell me, who growing up, I know you watch football because your dad is such a football fanatic. Tell me, who was your idol growing up?
Uh, Idol, I feel like it's hard to say because I could say really a few. When I was younger, I played quarterback, so it was a few like I liked Cam Newton a lot. He was a pretty good quarterback, but always being since Bubba's in the family, and I'm not sure if y'all know who Bubba is, but Alan Hearns, he's a really good example, and I felt like he just paved the way for me in football.
You know what? You said that you started out as quarterback. That's something to end up on defense. One of Alan's friends actually was a receiver in college. We're gonna go. He was a receiver in college, right? And made it to the league, and they switched him over to defense. And he was like, "Mom, I don't know about this. Like, I don't even know this position. I don't know about this." So tell us what that transition was like going from offense to defense. Because that's so funny. I never knew that you started as quarterback. Because look, Inky, well, Daryl, the other Daryl was a quarterback. Alan was a quarterback, and now you.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So tell us what that transition was like.
In the beginning, I was really in denial because I like all I do was quarterback. Really, in high school, I did play both ways and play linebacker, but I was also like, when I get to high school, I'm only playing quarterback. But 10th grade year, I remember as Coach Andrews, he told me one day because I was like a big guy when he first met us. He was coming in as a new coach in 10th grade, just meeting him, and he was like, "Man, you look like a linebacker." I was like, "Nah, I didn't pay any mind to it in the beginning of the season." So then later on, as I'm in 10th grade, I'm not playing varsity. I'm in JV right now. So he told me one practice to go to linebackers. And I was like, I'm not going. And then he was like, all right, well, you're not going to play. And then I ended up going, of course, because I'm young. I'm like, okay, well, he knows better. And it ended up turning out being better than I thought they would be a quarterback.
Wow. So the thing is, when he said that you're not going to play if you don't move to linebacker, it's so funny because that's what Alan Friend told me. He was like, "Huh, that's what they told me. Like I can't play if I don't." He went to DB, from receiver to DB. So here it is. Your coach, he saw something in you, Wilson. He saw something in you, and he presented it to you, and then he was like, it basically was thrown onto you, and you excelled at it. Sometimes, when others see some things about us that we don't see, we kind of scared to embark on that territory, right? But here it is. You knew you wanted to play football. This coach said, okay, well, you look like a linebacker. And here it is. You got in, you did the job. I'm talking about you really did a phenomenal job from what I can see. And tell me what that was like to hear, because I know you heard your mom mouth in the stands.
Yes.
I know you did. Because I remember when Alan and Nikki used to play, they can hear wherever I'm at, they can hear, wherever I'm at. So tell us what that was like when you were out there on that field, just to hear. I don't know if you heard dad as much as you heard mom, but tell us what that was like.
I mean, I definitely heard dad too, but mom, I feel like was always my number one supporter of playing sports because all through my high school, she was always at every game. She was there before everybody was there, every single game, and that's just like it just gives me that extra push when I was on the field to like go harder, knowing that she was there and hearing her screams. Like it was just it's something. I don't know.
You know what? That's funny because I remember we were going to a game. I came up. I don't know if I came up for that game or yeah, I came up for the game. And was it the game or maybe the game? I know she was like, I'm gonna leave y'all. Basically, I will leave y'all because I need to be there. And I understand that because that's how I was with your cousins. Because we want to be there when y'all come out. We want to be there when y'all leave off. That's just a thing that we do. And just to see that you have all the love and the support around you, did that make you go harder? Did it make you feel good? Like, tell us what that's.
I feel like in the beginning, it definitely made me go harder, but there was some point in the middle where I felt a little overwhelmed because I felt like I had to meet certain expectations, like I had to be really, really good or something like that. But then later on, I came to realize that it's really just really great support and they're just being there for me.
So you were overthinking it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's to be expected, again, because you don't want, just like a parent don't want to fail a child don't want to fail the mom. I mean, the parents, right? So here it is, you're out there, you got to perform, but here it is, you're thinking in the back of your mind, like, am I doing my best for them? But in all, once you do your best for you, you could be a better person for anybody else. You have to get you right first, and then once you get you right, you make everybody else around you happy. But again, I don't think that we as parents, as long as our kids are excel, we just love it. That's it's a proud all moment. It's a great moment. It's just a great moment. And to see you out there on that field, here it is. Walk us through your last game as a senior. Woo.
Well, the last game, I kind of wasn't expecting it to be my last game, but I also came in the game with that in the back of my head, like this could be my last game. So I knew I just wanted to leave everything out on the field and just try my hardest.
Well, when I say last game, as a senior, you're not coming back to play,
Oh,
football. So now you're going on to the next level, which is college. But see, that last senior game when you're out there and you're like, man, this is so real. Like, I'm really getting ready to graduate. Tell us what that was like. How was that for you?
Um, I wasn't really that much stuck on it because I was still kind of in the mindset of football and going to college. I don't know. I wasn't really my mindset wasn't there yet because it wasn't to the end of the senior year.
It didn't feel real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now here it is. It's time to go for getting prepared for graduation. Now you got to do the cap and gown. Now you have to do what else? I don't know. I've been out of school so long. What else you guys do?
Stuff, but we got ribbons, we got and things like that. But yeah,
Wow. So sitting down there, waiting for your name to be called, for you to walk up to get your diploma. Take us there. Just walk us through that.
um, I was very, very, very nervous, and it was probably the most nervous I've ever been in my life. But walking up there, yeah, I kind of was like, I don't know, it didn't hit me yet until I actually grabbed the diploma and was walking back to my seat. And when I sat down and I just heard all the screams and looked behind me and see my family, it just like, I don't know, it's just something that overcame me. And I started crying and just all the feelings just came out.
See, guys, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I mean, the emotions they took over. That's a proud moment. That's a moment to cry. It's a great moment. It's a great feeling. And then just to look back and see all of the outpouring of support in the stands, just screaming your name. And I was there to experience that, y'all. And that was a great feeling. Even when you guys finished, we had to wait all the way to the end because what? We're Wilsons, right? All the way W. But here it is. It was worth the wait, nephew. And to see you walk across that stage, get your diploma. Heck, I felt proud as an aunt, just to see that to happen and to witness it, because I missed out on so much by me living in Atlanta. I mean, in Miami. Remember, I said I'd never move here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, they got me here. But let me tell you, it was such a great moment to see that. And then to see what touched me, Wilson, when I said at your graduation was when some kids' names were called, not a sound was made. That is so touching because for the ones that, and Alan said, yes, sir, that's a blessing. It definitely is. But just to see the outpouring of support that you had, and here it is, someone is going across the stage and have nobody to shout for them. Did that make you feel even more grateful?
It definitely made me feel a lot more grateful because to see that they had no one really there to push them and help them and support them to finish high school, and I had all this support, I can never take it for granted.
Yeah. Wow. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the college life, right? Here it is. You have this trunk party. You're getting prepared for college. And let me tell y'all something. He is so, so simple. Nephew, what you want? Money. What do you want? Money. That's it. That's all you're gonna get. But knowing that you're getting ready to go off to college and now you have to do all this preparation for college, you have to get all the necessities for your dorm room. Um, you're just preparing to go off, to be by yourself. But before we jump into, your first day at school or you driving up to school, tell us what that was like. Just preparing for the trunk party because we had a blast.
Yeah. Um, I want to thank my mom a lot for doing that because she helped a lot with that, getting all the necessities and everything, and make sure everybody get an invite. It was really fun though, having all my family there and to like celebrate me, who couldn't make the graduation and things like that.
You know what I skipped? Let me tell y'all something. He was fly, y'all. We went to the prom. Hmm. Nephew came out with his grill. Okay. Don't play with him. He came out with his grill, his dreads, and he just had that black and white was sticking. You look amazing, nephew.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you look so amazing. Did you have fun that night?
Yeah, I definitely had fun with my friends and everything.
Do you dance?
Nah, I don't dance.
Oh my gosh. Will you bop? Do you at least bop?
Yeah, I do a little some, but I don't do too much dancing.
Oh my Gigi Tamati. Wow. But here it is. Now you're getting ready. You had the trunk party. Now it's crunch time. Now it's about to get real. Here it is. You're though. The night before. Let's do the night before. The night before you leave. What was that like and what was your thoughts?
Um, it was very hard to sleep. It felt like I had a game tomorrow or something, but it was hitting me slowly and realizing like I'm really about to go live on my own and not gonna have my parents with me and just it was tough to sleep that night. That's what I can really say.
So, all right, it's tough to sleep. The thoughts that's going through your head, it's like, ooh, it's really about to get real. Like, I'm not going to be around my parents. It's really going, everything really is going to fall on me right now. I have to be this responsible adult, right? And here it is. The next morning come. Tell us what was that like? Getting you ready to drive up. Who all went and how did that go?
Yeah, so it was my sisters, my mother, my dad, my girlfriend, and a couple more family members. And waking up, we woke up pretty early, ate some good food, and as we were about to leave, I'm just like thinking like, wow, like I'm really about to go to college. I'm really about to be on my own. They're about to drop me off. I'm about to have nobody here with me. It was just, it was crazy.
Did you say girlfriend?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that too. Move back. You said now you're having this feeling, saying, "Oh my gosh, it's really about to be real." Like they're about to drop me off. And I know one of the things, like when you first go off to college, you couldn't take your car. So being though you have this car Dad gave you, right? But here it is, I can't take my car. What did you think about that? Did you even know beforehand that you couldn't take it?
Yes, I did know before, and I was definitely trying to argue that point, trying to get my car, but it didn't go through. And it was pretty hard in the beginning without a car by myself.
Wow. And to know that I have this car, right? And I can't even take this car with me. Is this for real? Like how, okay, so now you don't have your car. You got dropped off when, I don't want to move too fast. So you got dropped off. Here it is. Your sisters, your mom, dad, grandma, and I think it was a couple others, right? That went
Yeah.
with okay. So they drop you off. Everybody pushing stuff to your dorms. They finally get you all set up, right? What was that like seeing them leave, Wilson?
Really indescribable because seeing my mom and just like looking at me with them teary eyes, like not wanting to leave, and me not wanting her to go. It was really touching. It was really something.
Ooh, I tell you, can us mothers make it a little hard for y'all? But see, look, I'm tearing up right now. But it's so funny though, because the thing is, we know that you guys are going off to do something good and great. But it's just that feeling of like that's my baby. Like that's baby, And but to just see, her tearing up, dads, they're more okay, okay, tighten up, right? So tell us like what it was like with your sisters, because I know how Brandy and Chelsea can be too. Chelsea teary eyed, So tell us what that was like seeing them.
Well, I have two sisters, and they're really completely different. Chelsea is definitely just like my mother, and like was very teary eyed and touchy, trying to hug me, not letting me go. Like, no, baby brother. But Brandy, she was also more of like, okay, she knows why I'm here. She knows that I'm here to do good, and she just wants me to succeed. So
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And it's so funny that you say that because I say that all the time. Chelsea is just like your mom and Brandy is just like your dad. I mean, it's just it. And they actually look Brandy looks like Dara and Chelsea looks like Sonya. So it's just so amazing that you just sat there and said that. So now you had to deal with mom tearing up. You had to deal with Chelsea tearing up. What about grandma too?
You know, well, grandma, I feel like she was trying to be a little strong, but I could still see it in her. She wanted to cry too because she was gonna be missing me and stuff.
Wow. Okay, so now it's real. Like that's it. They gone. Now you know that okay, yeah, I got to do what dad say. I got to tighten up. Walking back to your dorm room, what were you thinking?
Walking back, it was I'm just walking, looking like, wow, this is really where I'm about to be for 4 years. I get to the room, I'm by myself. I start talking to my roommate, and it's just like, as we're talking, it's hitting me like, this is the only person I'm gonna live with for about a while, and I'm not gonna have my parents with me. It's just, it was really hitting me.
Wow. So your roommate was that? Well, yeah, that's probably he was a freshman as well, right?
Yes, he is a freshman.
Yeah. So was he? Did you guys have these talks like, like what's your major or what do you think about majoring in or something like that?
Yes, we did. He's majoring in criminal justice and supply chain and logistics. So yeah, we definitely had those talks like that.
Okay. So now moving on. I'm there. Family's gone. No car. Now it's time to go to school. Tell us what was transportation like going off to school the first day.
Transportation. So there's actually two campuses on Albany. At Albany, there's a West Campus and the East Campus. So some days I would have a close friend that was kind of older than me. She would take me to class on the other campus, or I would take the bus. But yeah, it was kind of hard getting class to class like that. Sometimes I would have to stay on West Campus for a few hours because I had a class at 1 and then like a class at 5. So it was tough.
Yeah, because you're thinking about going to school like straight shot, right? Now here it is, it's being it broken up. And now I got to sit around and wait and I don't have no car. Like for real. But thank God you had someone there to help you out, because I know you don't want to get on the bus. You want your car. I got a car. But I gotta get on the bus. But hey, little did you know that it was all working for your good, nephew. And here it is, it made you even more responsible because guess what? Now another task was added. You know, this is something that I got to do if I want to get my education, right? All right. So now we had our first day of school. And um, the first day, I don't know if that's nerve wrenching. Was it nerve wrenching for you?
Slightly, I would say a little bit. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because you don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it was kind of, I don't know, trying to find classes and
Mhm.
meeting new people in your classes. It really was nerve-wracking.
I'm telling you, nephew, because think about it. I went back to school 20 something years later. So let me tell you, I was like, it all looked foreign to me. And Inky used to have to, Daryl, which is the other Daryl, he used to have to show me where my classes were. And I, but when I picked my schedule, nephew, I didn't do those gaps in time. I think it was one time where I had no choice but to do it. And I literally hated it. I did not like sitting around waiting for the next class to start, you know. But just know now that here it is, you sitting in your class the first day. Now a week gone by, now 2 weeks gone by. Man, I'm really not home. I'm really on my own. Do you miss the cooking? What did you
Definitely.
do for food? How is it like with like as far as getting food or how is that like? I know you miss your mom cooking. I know
Well,
that.
yeah, I do. But I'm at the HBCU though, so the cafeteria, they always have some good food in there sometimes. And then we also are blessed with a Chick-fil-A, Starbucks in there. I'm always eating pretty good. But some days when I don't feel like moving, I don't feel like going nowhere, just ramen noodles. So
I know that's right. They don't have a Taco Bell. You know that's your favorite.
Oh, they definitely got a Taco Bell.
Ah, look at there. He said they definitely got a Taco Bell. So okay, we spoke about that. Now we're gonna jump back to this girlfriend thing. Tell us about that, Wilson.
Well, what would you like to know?
Look, guys, you see how he just blushing. Listen, when I first saw him with her, I was like, "Oh, Wilson, who's that?" But he know I like to do this thing. Like, okay, I know you're not bringing nobody over here. You got me sitting over here. Wilson, when I do that to you, what? You got to be there to experience it, guys. I mean, you're not there to experience it. But his face, but the girl face was like, tell me what that was like when I did that to you.
Well, I mean, I know if I bring somebody anywhere, my auntie always gonna say something. So I was kind of prepared for it, but when she said it, I just kind of looked and what to say.
Oh my God, that is so funny. But let me tell you something. Is she in school? Like, what is that like? You guys being apart if she's not at the school with you.
Yeah, long distance is pretty hard. It gets hard sometimes, but she's not too far away. She actually attends the high school that I went to, so it's not that far away. So we still get to see each other sometimes.
Okay, so she understands like when you come back on break, like sometimes I may have to go and work, with my dad. You
Yeah,
know, she's very understanding.
yeah, she's very understanding.
Hmm. Good job. Good pick. Good pick. Okay. Good pick. I think she passed the test. I know she listening in because guys, she right there in studio with him. She's such a cutie. But guess what? She gets the A too because she's from our hometown now. She's from Miami. So she gets the A plus. But little did you guys know, Wilson. Actually, his sister did my hair. She slayed my hair, y'all. She is a beautician here, a hairstylist here in Atlanta in the Buckhead area, and it's two main chicks. So if you're in the Atlanta area, please do solicit her business. She will get you right. Listen, she even do those tape-in things to make your hair. I mean, to make it just look phenomenal. She's a master at it. Let me tell you. I'm not just saying it because she's my niece, but trust me, check her out. Two main chicks. Guys, if you're here and you have a girl, send her over if you're in the Atlanta area. We would love to have your business. So, Wilson, tell me what's that like to have two older siblings. So, uh, when you're not, say for instance, just tell me what that's like to have two older siblings.
Two older siblings is really good. You know, they always look out for you, and my sisters, they really lead by example very well because they all both are like doing really well in their careers. You know, Brandy has her own hair salon, and Chelsea clothing and movies is really big, and it's good to have them because I can look up to them and always go to them for help.
Yeah, but being the only boy outside your dad, what is that like? Because growing up, my mom, grandma had two girls, one boy, just like your mom and dad. But here it is. Even your aunt Trina, she has two girls, one boy. But here it is, Auntie Erica only have two boys. Auntie Renessa, one girl. So again, here it is. You're the sibling, and you're with a whole bunch of girls. What is that like? Like, was there ever a time you was like, I wish I could just escape, and just have some me time? Tell the truth.
I mean, yeah, but it was like kind of lonely because it's like, well, I'm the only boy, but building friendships and everything with having friends, it kind of helped me a little bit, but it also taught me a lot being living with girls like that because they show you like how you should treat women and things like that.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on to your cousins, right? Because now you have, I mean, I think it's a slew of us. It is, I mean, we just have a really huge family, right? But tell me what that was like when you found out, because I'm sure when you were growing up, you just knew him as Inky,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Only Inky. But, excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. But to hear, why y'all calling him Daryl Wilson? Like, what was that like when you first found out Inky's real name?
I'm not really sure how old I was, but I was definitely shocked because I'm like, Daryl, I'm looking like you talking about me, like he's me, my dad. But no, it was kind of shocking. I was like, wow, he's named Daryl too.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I hear your dad talking about when him and Inky work together now, so they call Inky nephew, right? But here it is, you're hearing Dower, and then everybody turn, and I don't know if you knew the story about what happened with Allen too when he was playing for the Jaguars, and somebody called him and his teammate, both name was Allen, and then their name was Allen Bernard, right? So both of them get up and they looked at each other like, "Stop playing." So did you have a moment like that, like, Daryl, like that's my name, that's supposed to be me?
Yeah, it's definitely moments like that. And then even at the house when my mom called Daryl, I'll be like, yes, and then she's like, no, your dad, your dad. Yeah, definitely moments like that a lot.
Wow, let me tell you something. It's so amazing to have you here. When I asked you about coming on, you was like, "Yeah, I'll come on." I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was so shocked that you accepted the invitation to come on. And let me tell you something. You blessed my soul by being here on tonight.
No,
Because just to see, and hear some of the things that you were saying is needed. It needs to be heard. Because someone may be under the sound of your voice that may have college students or may be a college student. And just to hear some of the things that transpired on your journey throughout high school leading up to college, right? Because now you're going on what, your second year?
yes, next year I will be.
You see how quick that went by?
Yeah.
Wow. So here it is. You're on break now, and you're getting ready to go back. Whew. What is that like?
I had a really good break, seeing family, and I know I had a good time. But I know that when January 9th comes, I'm gonna have to go back to school. And yes, it's gonna be stressful. Yes, it's gonna be hard. But I know my why, so it should be pretty easy.
Well, we're not gonna say it should be. We're gonna speak that thing as it already is. It's gonna be good, because you're there to further your education and to do great things. And you're focused. You're one of the ones that's focused. You have some kids that go just to party. They done been locked down all their life. So once they get out, they just I'm out now, so I can party, do what I want to do. But that's not you. And that comes from, again, I said, good parenting. So shouts out to my brother, Daryl Wilson, and my sissy in love, Sonia Wilson. You guys did a phenomenal job if you're listening in. But Wilson, I can say not just your mom and your dad, the tribe that you have around you, your sisters. You say they lead by example. Your cousins, whoever may have inspired you during your journey of, how old are you? Don't tell me you're 19 years old.
19,
You how old?
19.
Golly. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. He might not want me to tell y'all. That I remember when your cousin Ninky graduated. And I think it was his graduation party that we had. Wilson did not sit down. He danced the night away. So to hear that he don't dance now blows my mind. But he danced, I'm telling you, his dad, he talks about it a lot too. But he danced the night away. We had a good time, let me tell you. And just to see how, you grew up into this young man, just this in. I heard your voice on the phone one day and I was like, boy, what's wrong with your voice? Take that frog out your voice. I mean, just to see like you guys growing up to be, these handsome young men. Not that you was a handsome back then, but you got this facial hair going on and all this. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. They growing too fast. But y'all getting old because I'm not. I'm not. But again, guys, we're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson, that it had to happen for our Thursday night special edition on College Life with my nephew, the Daryl Wilson Jr. He blessed our soul on tonight. He told us all about his high school journey, all about his college journey. He spoke so well about his parents and his siblings and the tribe that he have around him. I'm telling you, you are truly, truly blessed. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not, because there's time where one is left behind, but you're not. You have a loving tribe around you. So always, keep that, here. Don't never take it for granted. You're doing a phenomenal job. I'm proud of you. If I never told you before, I'm very, very proud of you. I might have missed a couple of things, but just know that I was definitely there in spirit. There was never a time that I didn't think or want to be here. Atlanta was just not my thing, but again, sometimes we don't see things what other people do. And here it is. I'm here now. So you already know. Got your room. Go ahead and take over Chase room over there. Anytime you want to come over, nephew, it's yours. I'm telling you, Chase don't mind. I'm sure that he don't mind. So if you had a college student that was under the sound of your voice here tonight, what would be your words of encouragement to them going off to college?
I would say to stay focused and remember why you're going. Remember what you're doing it for. And there's always going to be another party. Don't worry about it. There's always going to be another party. So just stay focused.
That's good. That's really good. Now that you spoke to that student, I want you to speak to the parent, because sometimes we don't hear from our children. Um, Not that we don't hear. Let me rephrase that. Sometimes it takes for a child to say something for us to, it resonate in our soul. So speak to a parent that may be under the sound of your voice, that kid is getting ready to go off to college or maybe in college. Just speak to that parent, some of the things that you may have said to your mom.
Well, I would always say encourage them, and like you are probably mainly the reason that they're going, and you should let them know that you're there and support them, and just make sure that everything's gonna be okay. And as long as they stay focused, then they're gonna do good.
Well, guys, you heard it here at It Had to Happen. Daryl Wilson Jr., college life. Y'all, he all grown up now. He's 19 years old. He got a girlfriend. He in college. He still focused by the grace of God and good parenting. So, nephew, again, thank you so very much for accepting the invitation. Coming here tonight. Know that you are more than welcome to come back at any time, because I would love to hear how, anything that may be new that's coming up, because I know that God is definitely getting ready to do so many great things for all of us, so just keep talking. Do you have a Bible?
Yes, I do. I actually use my Bible app every day on my phone.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, so that's good to know. But just know, read your word. It'll take you through so much, even if it's a time that you can't get mom or dad or sisters, or grandma. Know that there's a word in that Bible for anything that you're dealing with, or maybe it's something that you just want to take and deal with. It's something there that can help you. Because I'm telling you, show helped me out a whole lot. And again, I am so proud of you. You are such a handsome young man and young lady. I know that you're listening in. Hmm. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Listen, I ain't gonna mess with you. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get up out of here. But before you go, we got to take some pictures so I can post on my page. Again, thank you so very much for accepting the invitation, Dara and Sonia. You both are such amazing parents. Brandy and Chelsea, you are such amazing siblings. Miss Two, and to my mother, you guys are both such amazing grandparents. And aunties and uncles, cousins, you all are amazing. And that's one thing I could say about your Atlanta family. You guys are so close knit. You show up in numbers. So God bless each and every one of you if you're listening in. Wilson, we never like to leave this broadcast without hugging our guests, because we can't see them, and sending out virtual love, because guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. Guys, meet me back here on Monday. Monday, I have my NFL broadcast, my NFL mom broadcast, and we will be talking about the young man that got hurt in the game the other night. That is going to be very, very touching. But by the grace of God, let me tell y'all, the blood still work. He's doing better. And actually, Wilson, he wrote a letter asking who won the game. When I heard that, it took me back. Remember, Allen got, that injury, his foot was in the opposite direction. He down there on the ground. They putting his foot back in place. He asked them, Coach, did I get the first down? That's just a love for the game, you know. But at the end of the day, meet me back here on Monday. Keep the prayers going for Mr. Hamlin, please, and his mother, his family, period. But meet me back here on Monday at 6 p.m. I will have my NFL moms, myself, Sandra Perryman, Melissa Berry, and we will be coming before you, God's willing. Then on Tuesdays, we have our prayer broadcast at 5:30, and Wednesdays and Thursdays, it's an open floor for guests. So if you would like to book with your girl, you can do so by going to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. I'd love to have you. And then go over and visit my website and tell me what you think about it. You can also hit the subscribe button so you can subscribe for our newsletters and see what we have coming up. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then the notification button. It'll let you guys know every time we go live here, so you don't have to miss out on anything. But if you missed the first part of this broadcast, you can go back and rewatch it. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.